Yeah, well, look, you win this game, you're qualified. That's how it works. And all of the games that are in this upper bracket are now qualification games. So it's really important for BC.Game and Astralis. Imagine if BC.Game were able to upset Astralis here. They go into Dallas off the back of this best of 3. 4 teams go through in the upper bracket, 1 goes through in the lower bracket. So it's quite tough. You don't want to lose.
The BC.Game is going to start with a bit of a crawl towards B.
Ooh,
Start on the
back.
approach.
It's not Casanito. Sorry.
Okay, Jacob. I'm a big Jacob fan, obviously, because he was part of the boys. Honorary Australian. And you got a Briton here too, so both of us should be happy. But they might not be happy as there are 3 Astralis members lying in wait. The utility will let them know what's coming. Smoke lands, Device trying to play around the edge of it. They flash their way through onto site already. Device ready for this push forward, but it's Yabby on the swivel that finds it. A tap out from Device. Down at the bench finding his as well. And even the knife coming through doesn't quite connect. But Nork with little HP. That attempt at the knife shouldn't cost him at all as Stare is there. Safe pair of hands.
Yeah, I'll tell you what a brilliant reaction from Astralis, considering that's an unorthodox way to take the B bomb site. I love that smoke that was thrown by Game. It lands in the bomb site itself, it puffs up the cloud, and it means that the players that are peeking market window or backside, like Device was, can't see the cross in towards market window. But it's composed, it's steady from Astralis, and I feel like the flashbang timers were slightly off there for BC.Game because they didn't really outpour as soon as the smokes were dropped. They sort of trickled in, and it just made it so easy for those kills to be isolated by Astralis. A clean, convincing pistol. Yabby, in particular, he's already started strong here. It's got to be said that in these games that Astralis have been playing recently against the tier 2 opposition, he's been the best, and it's good to see him starting off strong here as well.
So I think on the BC.Game side, you know, we're quite familiar with a lot of these players. I think the one that maybe people aren't quite as familiar with, if you've not watched this team much, is probably Prime Taps.
Yeah.
What's his lore, Brandon? You're probably the best guy to ask about tier 2 players. What's the story?
Okay, Prime Tabs' lore is pretty much he was in Big Academy, had 2 stints in Big Academy, if memory serves. Most recently, I think to May 2024. Then played in some mixed teams, then got picked up by BC.Game. This whole roster for BC.Game is actually just a really interesting one because it feels like they've just picked up pieces and have powered themselves up over a longer period of time. Because you had Guardian that was coaching this team, and then they didn't have an author for a while, so he started playing in the big 2025, and finally they settled on Nork, and they grabbed him because he was available after that Fnatic loan. Didn't really go to plan. But yeah, Prime Taps is the only surviving member of the original BC.Game roster. Then you've obviously got the reunion of Nexa, Cypher, and J-Chem, who were playing together on Bleed for a little bit. I think Nork was over there as well for a short stint. So there's good chemistry in this team. It's just whether it all comes together immediately, because the sign-ins of both Cypher and Nexa were
literally like a week ago, right? Yeah. Very fresh. Now we get the guns out, AKs across the field. MP9's got upgraded as they did lose one against the Glocks, but that was the only casualty. A lot of CTs hanging out around Connector and Stairs, perhaps expecting A to be the play, but BC.Game, it's a slow crawl in middle. Jacob just posted up, getting information. And in the apartments, 2 players start to put pressure on towards Cadian, who drops an incendiary in response.
Yeah, this isn't going to be the finish, though. Because the bomb's over at top middle, they're just trying to poke and prod and try and manipulate some map control in towards mid for Nork to go searching. Only one with kills so far on BC.Game. Looked to add another one to the tally, but it doesn't happen. Stow moves out the way. They're applying a lot of pressure here. Astralis haven't really bitten down on these rotates whatsoever. They keep 4A. And with the time ticking down low, you've got to make a decision here for your BC.Game. With the only map control you've really got being towards Catwalk and B-Apps, you imagine they're just going to split through here.
This is a very Cadian kind of setup, right? Having such a heavy lean on one side of the map, but without the info play, like, you kind of expected these CTs to push down ramp or something, just so you do know, because this is the B hit. Sal needs to get his movement going because they are about to go through, and Jacob catches the lurk on Device. This might cause Down to stick around, and it doesn't matter. Jacob takes him down too. Cadian fell, and it's easy to like it for BC.Game.
I think you hit the nail on the head. You can do these gamble stacks. That's fine. That's the way that Cadian likes to call, especially on the CT side. But if you don't go searching for information beyond it, then they're really irrelevant. And BC.Game, there was no pressure on them up short. There was no pressure from them even in towards top connector. There was just Stound jiggling on the right-hand side. Came over towards window, but again, didn't fight. You're getting all these context clues if you're the T side. And you got to remember that Nexa has still got this deep history of playing in Tier 1 competition, played against KD many times. It's probably thinking, well, if we're receiving zero pressure anywhere, we've got deep control in towards Catwalk and B apps, all it will take is for us to overwhelm one or two of these players that could be lying in wait on B. But J-Chem's lurk really exploits everything. I'm just surprised that Astralis didn't fight for anything at all.
I really thought that was going to be the A finish after the first 2 rounds were towards B. Katie, and that confident in both his ability to hold on to that site and that his call's correct. Pretty crushing losing so many players. Devices onto the scout, at least. Don't really have to suffer the MP9s. FAMAS for Stare. Jacob again, very quick out middle. Not been contested in getting this space early. Looks ready to set him up with a flash, and it's a very similar CT setup for the start of this round.
I think they're boosting towards the window now whilst the smoke's up. So you have at least got a little bit of short control to help out Cadian, who, again, is solo. And I think the decision-making behind this for Astralis and Cadian would be, well, they didn't see that setup, so maybe we run something a little bit similar. But Yabi could be the fly in the ointment. Well-timed smoke in towards apps from Cadian prevents progression. So BC.Game are going to go looking in towards connector and again find nothing.
This is where they were able to find that opening kill last time. So very much keen for Jacob to repeat that success. Smoke's fade. The wide swing comes through. The adjustment from Jacob, able to spray down Yabi just as he's trying to get around that corner. And now the hit comes through. Pressure to be applied to Cadian. Nexa waiting for the lurk. Cadian did manage to hold on for one thus far. And in fact, he's doubled up. Nexa dealt with, and Stout knows another is here. Jacob brought down to low HP. Cadian in a 1v1 of his own, but Device has rotated over with the scout. Nork trying to remove one of these targets, but now it's just Nork in the 1v3. Knows the Cadian's low, but how do you find him? The tag from the scout brings him low as well. Pistols, oh, the tap comes through. With the adjustment from Cadian on the off angle, a triple on the hold this time, and Astralis onto the board again.
Yeah, that was nice from Yabi, even though that looks random on that wide swing from short. Cadian, what he did there is he mollied deep over the top of where you boost up towards short to sort of give away that there's no one in towards ladder. And then as soon as that molly fades, you've taken contact in from connector. That's why Yabi swings. So even though it looks a little bit random, he was set up to try and get that kill, but it was a wicked adjustment from J-Chem. So a lot of credit needs to go to Cadian, not only for the setup of the mid round, but then holding on to that entire bomb site by himself and staying alive, allowing that rotation from Device to come over. Stown is in a tricky angle. The flashbang, brilliant to set up and deal with Cypher.
Great way to find that opening kill. He is under pressure, trying to escape through the smoke. Won't be allowed it, and his support falls in short too. That's the pitfall of this lower setup, is how do you get out? Especially with BC.Game putting so much presence into mid each round, and Nexa has caught out Cadian trying to rotate through short. So you might expect removing Yabi and Cadian that you've got a free pathway to B.
But do you? That's the thing about playing with Astralis, is do you actually have a free pathway? Have they rotated? I think the decision here is quite crucial for BC.Game to go back towards A. Device deals with one and jumps and spots out Nexa in under. And he runs away. Stair can't catch him. So temporarily, the A bomb site is open, and now they've made the read. Where Nexa has sprinted away through underpass, he has completely deceived Astralis. And BC.Game have got a free site.
Astralis are clearing this, so they're pushing through lower and into... They've got the player actually anchoring the site, so they'll get the information now. But it feels like it's going to come too late.
Oh, bomb's not down.
They still haven't really committed. They're worried that this rotate hasn't come through, so they made the right play, but didn't want to commit further, and it's still allowing the time. Look at the flank from Stare. Vice in towards CT will take that contact. He will fall. With the bomb plan to default, Stare can't disrupt this, but he's still in a position where he might be able to catch them by surprise. Smoke at the moment veils the tease, and now he is known. And the clutch becomes all the harder, and I think he realizes this. Hold on to that AK, because chances dwindle.
Yeah, Device needed to swing to put pressure on towards CT, so the flank would be sort of overlooked. But he can't die, and that's the key difference maker there. A good double swing from BC.Game. Even though they take their time, they want to make sure they've got Nexa in Palace to ensure that once the bomb goes down, they've got a very secure afterplant. He can't get caught by a player that does push in towards top mid. And they also take the time to clear out all of these nooks and crannies of the A-bomb site. Sandwich cleared, Ninja cleared, the opposite side of Ninja also dealt with. So yeah, it's just a shame that Devices fall in that instance, because otherwise that flank from Stare could have profited massively. There was only sort of 10 seconds left as BC.Game planted the bomb to the A-bomb site. So yeah, a little bit of a shame, but it's good work in the end by BC.Game, who are being a lot more methodical, because in a lot of these peaks for Astralis, even though there are sort of double swings coming in that last round, especially between connector and short, it was still disjointed, and BC.Game were ready, and they were really apprehensive there was going to be another swing in. Astralis are taking a lot of these fights one by one, even though they're stacking in similar locations with a high quantity of players.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of like BC.Game to be the team that's relying a bit more on the individuals winning out the duels. But yeah, it feels like they're trying to fight mid, as you say, one by one. When they have so many players there, you could coordinate some decent crunches with some flashbangs over the top, split out from short and connector, as we often see. But it's very much a pot and poke kind of approach. So you have a tech pause. Hopefully it won't be too long before we get back into the action. The other upper quarter that's playing out right now between Falcons and BetBoom. Brandon, that one is looking quite a bit more one-sided. We've got the Nico special on Ancient at the moment, as they're sitting up 11 for 2.
Wow, okay.
10 CT side rounds. The pick of BetBoom.
I didn't expect that, to be honest. I thought that would be a lot closer, considering how Falcons have just been struggling generally. But I mean, if you've got Nico in prime form, then it's going to be difficult for any opposition. 11-2, though, is ridiculous. Look at Astralis' buy. Stare kept his AK. Device is on a scout. Everyone has forced in. And yes, they have now pushed ramps. Now they get the info. No one's here. BC.Game are going back to their favourite bomb site.
Good luck, Cadian. Can he get the support in time? That smoke is likely going to be completely ignored as it lands. They are going to commit through it. They're already pretty far ahead. Cadian with the 5-7 sits in sight, and it's been the call to stay on A. So unless Cadian pulls out something ridiculous, I think this will be an immediate save call. Although, with Stare and Yabi finding kills, this now gets interesting. A 3-on-3 as the bomb goes down.
You can't get any of these rifles. I mean, Yabi's got his, but he's far away in towards short. And Cypher, this is a beautiful angle to look over the top and catch Yabi. Also protected by that smoke. Now needs to get back just a little bit. And now you've become aware of where all these players are. Primetime steals with Yabi, and it's a cleanup for Nexa as well. Stan will run away, you would think, to preserve this AK, but can manage it. That was messy as hell.
Yeah, some of the situations where you can just tap, can't you? do you need to go for the full 20 bullet spray? I saw a post on the Global Offensive subreddit, and it was the spray pattern for the AK-47. And you know when it gets to like the 25 bullet section, it does that weird little kind of hook back motion. And the guy was like, how do I learn to do this little bit at the end of the spray pattern? And the top comment's like, well, listen, if you're at that point of the spray pattern, you should be working on the first 20 bullets, not this bit, because, yeah, you shouldn't be getting that deep into a spray.
Just burst fire, little bro. Maybe he needs it in case there's like an eco ace and he needs all 30 bullets.
That's true. Yeah, sometimes you do spray a whole lot. Now we get some action on A. First time we've really seen BC.Game put pressure on here early up ramp. It's against the eco. Jacob wants more frags. Can't blame him.
Oh,
there we go.
So
see, that's why you spray the whole thing. Oh my goodness, that was a 96 damage grenade. And a quad kill for Jacob.
So a big boost that he's back in the server for BC.Game. But yeah, that's got to be a tough one for Astralis because you've sort of been waiting on A this entire time, and the one time they come A, you've got absolutely nothing to defend it with. This actually feels really weird watching from Astralis because they are obviously going for all these gambles, but I would expect that to be made more in the mid-round of a half rather than at the start. Because yes, you can do all your anti-stratting, yes, you can go and watch demos of BC.Game, you can prepare from what you think they're going to achieve, but if they're just playing kind of structured and they're playing based on feeling on what's going on in the server currently, which is what they've been doing, just this loose structure, poking extremities, then not finding any contact. I think that's when you can then rely more into the sense when you've got more of a context of what's happening in the game of itself. Cadian obviously trusts the process, and unfortunately it's just not working. We've had the pistol round, we've had the follow-up, and then we had one round where he held B beautifully, but again, he was on his own.
This time he's not. He's got some friends. But yeah, the economy's been a big issue for Astralis in the start of this game as well. We've yet to see Device on the off, and he has been the strongest player for this team, as you kind of expect. But his individual form this year has been phenomenal. On a map like Mirage, particularly, I'd say, against Nork, you've got a good case for Device being able to dominate. Jacob goes to the fight in middle, and well, speak of Nork, we'll get the trade onto Gabby, and they all fall. Prime taps with 2. That one just feels too easy.
Yeah, it feels sloppy, to be honest. It's funny you mentioned that Device Nork things. Obviously, Nork was replaced by Device. But yeah, look, again, fighting in towards middle, sure, you're going for the crunch, you've got Yabby wide swinging on towards short. Where's the flashbangs, Astralis? Like, this is really basic stuff now. And I'm really not surprised that they call another pause here, because there has to be a breakdown in communication here from this CT side, because, as you said, these rounds are too easy, these rounds are really sloppy. This is not the Astralis we're used to seeing, this is not the Astralis we expect either. Dry swinging, having all these fights, I'm not being funny, you're not going to win them against J-Chem. Even Nork right now is looking phenomenal. But you got a good combo of players that are already ready and prepared. They know exactly how mid-crunches work on CT side. But where's your utility, Astralis? Please, please, use some util.
I feel like I've not seen there like a flash assist, you know, in any of these fights in middle. It's literally just dry swings. Sure, sometimes it comes in tandem or, you know, quickly after a player's fallen elsewhere, try and get that trade, but I don't think we're going to have much more to get excited about in this round either. At the BC.Game, literally all they need to do is go middle each round, and that's what they're doing. They have a player lurking the apps in B because they know that they can punish Katie and over there. And they just leave A. It's just not a problem for them.
Again, a sentence I never thought I'd say is Astralis, please use utility. Like, this just looks desperate. Honestly, we're what, 9 rounds into a game? Cypher's got all a connector. Yes, you're on pistols, right? You're going to be stacking into a bomb site, sure, but this is what it's looked like in every single one of these rounds. Mid-control completely denied. Maybe Stair can find someone with this 5-7, but the way that they're walking, they're going to clear this.
Yeah, and at most it's 1. The trade will be immediate, and then the rotations will take too long. And, okay, 1. There's the trade. Stair almost got 2 and could have potentially thrown the round to jeopardy.
Hang on, they're going into the stack.
I don't think it's going to matter at this stage. Nexus cleared 1. Jacob can come through short. And even if they run into both these players, unless they hit some insane shots, Jabby does not. He's down. Does. But he needs 3 more. Oh, okay. Needs 2 more. Now he's got an AK. Doesn't have the kit. If you feel empowered to give this a go, you're saving for the next round anyway. And you'd love to steal one away here off the back of those dig shots. There's where one player is. The second over towards bench. BC.Game don't need to peek into him. I think he's got the read on this player that's close to the bench. Doesn't matter. Nexa will catch him, and if he didn't, Nork was going to sideline him.
Yeah, good double swing there, and good reposition out of Nexa as well. Just making sure, okay, I'm now tradable. And we can just swing together. 3, 2, 1, easy collection. Sweet shots from Stown. But BC.Game are starting to run away with this. And yes, they did lose to Big on this, but BC.Game will pick into Mirage an awful lot. They did this before they adopted this roster, and Bleed were no strangers to having a really good Mirage game. Finally, we get this AWP on device. 10 rounds before we see a sniper on the Dane. Nork equipped with his, and again, middle for free.
If they don't come up for a solution in this round, then they just don't have a solution. They are going to push down ramp on A, so they're going to get the information there, and that could come at a pivotal moment. The bomb is posturing back in that direction. So their decision is to completely concede middle. They're not going to try and contest it. It's Yabi and Cadian hunkering down on B, while the other 3 try and reinforce A. The split could be deadly, but Device strikes first. There's that AWP in play, finding first blood.
Need to trade. You gotta keep your eye on Palace, though. Device has found another on J-Chem. Somebody needs to be holding. It's Prime Taps that deals with Stown. Stair is there for the trade. This double ramp setup holds. And it's all off the back of this AWP prowess out of Device. And yes, he might get felled at the very end, but Stair is there to trade. Finally, we see the setup work for Astralis.
Yeah, and Yavi was able to grab the open middle as well, so they don't lose that because, yeah, as soon as Device gets it, it's an opening double kill. Exactly what they needed. That's the response that Astralis come up with. Couldn't win the fight in middle. Decide to concede it and have them walk straight into that crosshair. Now we get a bit more of a fight in middle. And it's Device trying to peek behind the smoke, caught out by Jacob, and so is Stown. Lesson not learned. Middle is BC.Game's territory.
Ridiculous double. He catches a whiff of Device just on the edge, and that second headshot is just beautiful. Yabi now tucked in towards short, hoping that they go around the corner and they're not ready for him on this tight angle. But all eyes should really be on Cadian, because he does find Prime Taps, but he's still under pressure. Yabi needs to turn around and help him. They are on your bomb site, dude. Please turn around to help out Cadian. And he does. Cadian now just in this smoke tries to jump up, but BC.Game walk away, and they still have J-Chem lurking in towards middle. Maybe Yabi can cut them off as they come up con. Jungle now starts to be a worry as well for Astralis. That's why Cadian has rotated off B to plug that gap. And this slowdown has promoted a lot of rotations here, but BC.Game is still going the same way.
Yeah, I think the idea here is you want to pull those rotations because Astralis saw BC.Game leaving. You figure you found those 2 kills, they're going to try and their luck elsewhere, and Jacob's managed to walk through window. Nork slips the AK while jumping out, trying to find this player that's tucked in. Yabi, silent. Doesn't reveal himself until the last moment, but can't win out the fight onto Nork. Jacob was caught on that lurk, so couldn't find much from it. 2 low HP players on the tees. Stair, the only one with health, and a 2-on-2 that Astralis need to convert.
Cadian's got to be loud here. Cadian's got to make all the noise on low HP to drag the attention and to allow Stair to backstab. They're playing this well, BC.Game. And Nexa will immediately eviscerate Stair, and that's the end of the round. That's such a shame because Yabi, you feel like his position warrants a kill. The way he's played that, he's allowed both players to walk into the site. He doesn't immediately jump on the fact that there's already one player on site. He's waiting for that double drop. He's waiting for the commitment of the audio with the bomb plant. But I think when communication goes over, oh, by the way, J-Chem could be in jungle. He could be flanking market. He feels like he needs to take his kill. And that's the mistake that's forced by BC.Game because of J-Chem's positioning. Brilliant mid-round calling from Nexa.
With the AWP saved and with full loss bonus, Astralis decide to opt into a second AWP. It's one of the rosters that's probably got the stronger double AWP setups. It does mean that KDN could just post up in apartments and lock that down with a bit more certainty. Doesn't have to play the kind of passive info positions. Jacob's on cruise control in middle at the moment.
Yappy's M4 is called Sussy Backer.
I like the idea that he might have called it that. Device removes Jacob. It's a big hitter to remove. Cadian's actually hanging out in middle, not over in the B apartments. He will start to head over that way now, or at least in market, but... Oh!
What a shot.
Gabby's gone.
This is so smart from BC.Game because you're still putting pressure in towards mid. Cadian's found Nexa, but now you get confirmation. Okay, well, there's two AWPs in play. One of them is now routed to this B-bomb site. Stown is now stuck between window and ladder.
Oh,
Cypher,
that timing is
Timing,
ridiculous.
but Stown comes back. Important kill for Stown to find on Cypher. A 2v4. Astralis should be earning their 5th round here in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to take Nook a good 15 seconds just to get to the bomb site. And with two players still lying in wait, chances dwindle. Prime Taps falls. It's just Nook coming through the connector, and he's been spotted. Dealt with momentarily. It's Cadian's AWP that finds its mark, and it's a 5-7 with BC.Game in the lead.
You call it a pretty decent recovery, actually, for Astralis to get 5 rounds on CT, considering the way the game was going. And now you're hoping for them, if you're an Astralis fan, they can shift things into gear. They're looking for 2 out of 2 pistols here on Mirage, and it's going to start with A, but Nork and J-Chem in prime spots to remove them.
A straightforward attack and a pretty strong defense to hold. Nork takes down 3. Yeah, that is strong. Nork has taken 4 immediately. Doesn't even need the other 2 that are on this site. Gotta get the whole house. Device, his nemesis, falls last. And it's Nork with the ace.
Okay, I didn't think it would be an ace, but that is ridiculous. From Nork, contact being taken deep on a site, and then J-Chem swings in as well. The last person you're expecting is Nork. Hands are busy for 2 of the Astralis players as well, which makes it all the more easier for him to collect an ace. And that's Astralis going in towards A as they think, why have you not gone A any of these rounds, BC.Game? You went there once when we were on Eco. We'll show you how it's done, and they get sideswiped immediately. Feels like a must-win for BC.Game in this series on Mirage. Inferno is going to be a tricky one. So they start off strong here, and they're looking to close early.
It's crazy that you force buy into this. Did Cadian drop pistols to the others? It seems so.
He must have.
I can't work out how... Oh, it's utility. Okay. Oh, he just didn't want to lose? I don't know. Anyway, he's got all his stuff now. All right. Round 2 on the A-bomb site. Can the Tech 9s and Deagles do what the Glocks couldn't? Again, Nork not far away in jungle. Prime taps on site. Here comes the util. Lurk smoke for the palace, and the rest over towards jungle and stairs. Flashes out. Prime taps dodges perfectly, but can't dodge the bullets as down. Yabi removes Nork after 1. Needs to get recollected. So they've got the player advantage, and they've got CT control.
Yeah, this is tough. Look at the utility as well for BC.Game. It's pretty much non-existent. You gotta wait for the smokes to fade, which will happen now, but Astralis are already round the corner. Nexa's got a good timing here in CT, so Stown is gonna be overwhelmed. No. Yabi bails him out. Stown runs away. And they're just wasting so much time. You can't go for this now. There's no defuse kit. This retake already looks shaky, but the fact that Stown lives is salt in the wound, really, for BC.Game. You feel like they've got enough players there. 3 in close proximity on that A-bomb site. The movement of Stown to get out of the palace and just strafe straight into Prime Tats makes him have no chance whatsoever to guarantee that kill. That was beautiful. Very, very good. A+.
A+. Yeah, no, that was a great call onto A. Scary forcing against so many M4s that have been invested to. There's 2 of those in the server, but Nork just doesn't get a chance to fight after that first. And you feel like Prime Taps was in a perfect position, but Stown falling hits the instant headshot. The clean open is what they needed, and a fight in middle does not go Jacob's way this time. Brought down low and forced back.
Oh, wow, okay. Cypher recommits to that Palace swing and gets rewarded with the kill on Stown. Device will trade him. And will then pick up the AK. And that brings Prime Taps over. So it's a scout and a 5-7 to defend A. Whilst you've got a limping J-Chem paired with Nexa on B. Mid left open deliberately by BC.Game. And for Astralis, it's figuring out, you've got this map control in terms of you have Palace, you have top mid, where do you go? And it looks like they're going to go A again.
At least Prime Taps is able to upgrade to his fallen comrades M4, but the call from BC.Game is to be stacking over on B. Will they budge when this utility is heard on A? Prime Taps at least hangs out in the nearby area just in case he can catch somebody. But it does look like they're going to stick to this gamble. So it might be a quite close to this round. The only thing that would change the situation is if PrimeTaps is able to catch a player through this smoke. Unfortunately, his spray only brings a couple low, and that's all unconfirmed. So it will be a one-round game.
Yeah, Counter-Strike economics, it looks boring, but this is the correct decision to make. Because BC.Game reinvested in, even though they lost the round previously. So this should have been an eco, instead they forced back. So by keeping 4 alive, it just means you've still got something to take forward with you. You keep putting pressure on Astralis. That one gets it a little bit close, even though it looks a little bit deceiving, just because device Yabby low.
Terrorists win.
It's now 3 rounds on A. 2 of them being successful once the guns are coming for Astralis. And we need to see some fight back in towards mid for BC.Game. There wasn't one moment in that first half, actually, where Astralis pushed top middle. You're going to see that a lot out of J-Chem and Cypher. They love getting in their opponents' faces, so I fully expect mids to be a priority for BC.Game, which is why Astralis is conditioning this A play early to prevent access in towards middle, to keep players anchored on these sites. They're going to go for it again. It looks silly repeating the process, but it makes a lot of sense just for the overall macro of the game.
Knock Scout doesn't quite connect. A little bit of a gap on the edge of that smoke on the stairs, so maybe room to work with. PrimeTaps brought low by the HE though. Astralis is fully aware of this little gap. Although there's so many CTs here, this can still get out of hand. 1-for-1 on the stairs. Down removes J-Chem as well. And Cypher spotted. Okay, able to get a nice clean kill. Nok hits a headshot, so it's a 2-on-2 still. And bomb's yet to go down. 2 players in CT. Nok known, but Nexa not.
And that's the reason for the slowdown, because they're unaware of where this second player is. North is still fighting forward. There goes that swing. Nexa will claim his prize. Device is 100 HP. Nexa is 1 bullet away from death, and Device is playing this so strategically. The round becomes impossible for Nexa. And now we've got a tied up scoreline. It makes sense to go A again there because they've saved 4 players. They're not investing a penny more. And they also used a lot of their utility in that last round. So going A, there's no block utility. There's no sort of denial with the flashbangs. There's no incendiaries to hinder Astralis' progress. It makes sense. And now you can default into this mid-play, and you're going to have 2 players on A that are deady watching it because of the conditioning that's been set early on.
Boost up for Device. But Jacob's already deep down. Oh, not quite far enough. Maybe could have been a chance to catch Nork. He's not on the sniper this time. Smoke will fade. Device posted up top mid. Has some support by his side. Very default from Astralis. Testing the waters, knowing that they're finally up against 5 rifles. BC.Game look to maybe get proactive over at ramp. Down is just sitting here at the moment, expecting this play, but can't adjust onto PrimeTap. So first kill goes the way of the CTs.
Oh, look. That timing is completely ruined Astralis' plans. They threw fake smokes out from middle because they wanted to split mid to B. The rotation is still impeded, but a really good re-smoke and block on towards short from the CTs. Nork deals with Stair, boost over the top, but Cypher, he's holding for it. He's expecting for it, because that's the only counterplay you can have to this smoke besides bursting through it. A great mid-round again, called by Nexa, and it completely ruins what Astralis wanted to achieve in this round.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to be said about it now. Tadian won't even get to hold on to the AWP. Jacob takes him down at long range. Yabby scampers away. And Orp recovered to give over to Nork.
Whoever dropped that smoke in towards short, it might have been Cypher blocking off Astralis' progression to the bomb site wins the entire round. Because they were still worried about the potential that there could be an A play, because Astralis did throw those smokes in from top middle. They did have the scaling in towards Catwalk. No one had spotted from BC.Game the players that had gone past Connector in towards Catwalk. But that one smoke slows them down completely, and that's why Stair goes looking for info, because if he can get that kill, he's trying to just elicit a rotation. It doesn't happen. Really good covering. And on-the-fly thinking from BC.Game.
Yeah, the round peters out there from Astralis, so you could see how they could make it work back if Stair can find that kill. Or if Stown even goes 1-for-1 on ramp. But neither of those situations play out. And now you've got another one of these awkward buys, so you have the saved AK, you managed to get one onto device as well, so that's something. Now they're looking for this fight in middle that BC.Game was so willing to give them on the other side. They play a little bit more reserved on the CT half.
There's that smoke again. But Nork is ready for it. And J-Chem, I mean, these are just really easy kills. Cypher steps in from short as well and finds free. The smoke that, you can see it just there in the replay, it lands on the top brick and it prevents players that are in towards CT, in towards triple, seeing the scaling up connector. So Nork instantly sees that smoke and he immediately peeks wide to get ahead of the line. Astralis wanted to maybe go in towards jungle, maybe wanted to go in towards window and flank that side in towards their spawn. But Nork denies, and then off the back of that contact, Cypher pushes forward in towards short, and for some reason Astralis just aren't holding him and he gets 3 kills.
Now it's cleaned up against the pistols, an attempt to overwhelm, but Jacob not looking like a player that can get overwhelmed easily right now. Even with the deagle in hand, he's still just as sharp. Gets his 20th frag. Nork's not that far behind either. Bleed Brothers rise up. Blood Brothers? Maybe that would have been a better way to...
Yeah, but I understand what you're going for. That's okay. Save it. You can use it later. I think if you're Astralis, to be honest with you, you just go back to the executes because they were working. And yes, sir, originally they were full conditioning, but I don't know. You were getting in towards A pretty convincingly when you were going for them. BC.Game still have 3 players sort of residing in this area because they are anticipating that this is going to happen again at some point, so maybe it's going to be a little bit touch and go for Astralis. As mentioned, this one is a must-win for BC.Game in this series because they played Inferno twice in the last 3 months. No, their roster's quite new, but they played Inferno twice against 500 and they lost both times, and that was last week. So limited reps, limited practice. A few players have been out of the server for quite a while. You feel like you have your best chances on Dust 2 and Mirage, where you can show your individual off. J-Chem Nork definitely showing that. And Astralis are on the verge of being petered out.
A great ramp setup as well. Cypher tucked. Prime taps might take the first contact, depending on the timing of it from Yabi, but either way, the trade will be immediate. He does decide to go around that corner. As he collects the bomb, it even gets a little bit more nerve-wracking for Astralis. This goes wrong, you're in a dangerous position. He's playing anti-flash, but I actually don't think there is a flash for this. I'm just hoping maybe there's some movement as the pressure comes through middle. For the right timing to strike here. That time just might never come. As their players in mid fall, Device will actually remove both the players on ramp. So despite mid not working out, Device, he's just trying to do it all by himself. Another player spotted in towards jungle, bomb being planted. They have to go for it. Overwatch provided from above. Nork swings through just as Yabi tries to get back into the corner. So it's got to be Device and Stown. And now it's just Device. 1 versus 2. They saw him last over towards Round. Tucks in at Tetris. And it's Nork and Jacob on the other side. And soon planted for him. So Nork, a tap on the bomb, forces Device forward. And Nork is ready and waiting. Map point secured for BC.Game.
I mean, brilliant. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit there to Device for making that round look contestable in the first place by getting them on towards that A-bomb site. But Jacob kills both in connector, ruins the split. You've got 4 players that were in line in wait on A for BC.Game because, as we said, the only thing that has been working for Astralis are these A hits. So rather than just going for the smokes and then pushing in for a straight execute, a slight variation of coming through connector and looking to split, which did kind of work. Unfortunately, the connector players didn't find anything, and from there it's just easy for the rotates to come in and deal with the rest of Astralis. Look at this buy, no AWP for Device, just an AK. In fact, it's him and Yabby, the only one with AKs, as they look to put a little bit of pressure in towards B. Yabby needs to find success here, otherwise it will be map over.
Yeah, flashes, but they don't go off them. Instead, it's Stair that actually gets that first frag. And Sound does find success in middle with a double up on the Galil. So a bit of pace. And finally, some fights go the way of Astralis. Oh, Sound gets hit by his teammate's bullet, which reveals his position, and then his spray even reveals it more. You don't really want to give these guys too many chances. Nork isn't missing a shot at the moment.
Yeah, don't hunt if you're Astralis. Yeah, you've given over a couple of players, but no more now. Your money is still weak. You're still fighting for survival on this map in the form of overtime, rather than the map win. You need to add 3 more rounds to this after this bomb will explode. So don't give your weapons away. Don't make it any harder for yourselves. It is not worth it. Which is why you see them just hiding out in towards the TV room. Money's still okay for a while for BC.Game. In fact, they might even, if they lose the next round, they might just eco a little bit, and then they've got a better round, better play for round 24, if it comes to it. They're in control.
Smokes go out over towards Stairs. Device again prodding at the ramp. Looking out a bit of canny utility and pressure onto these players. That spray almost connects on the Jacob through the smoke. He's very lucky to be alive still.
How is he alive?
That was dead on.
Now BC.Game, this is clever from Astralis, because now you're getting tricky with it. You put the smokes down, you spammed, but you've not come into the site, and BC.Game are like, well, hang on. What are you planning here? Cadian just tucked underpass, bomb is still ramp, so it feels like this will be a late commitment with a couple of lurks. If Prime Taps goes up this ladder, then Yabby can profit from it. Instead he goes close to the smoke, Device is holding for it. This is really tough for Prime Taps. But that's a big kill. You get rid of the mid portion.
Yabby does find success onto North, but Jacob is doubled down with low HP. Yabby's doing everything he can to remove players on this A site. Bomb to be planted. Down picks up the AWP. It's just a tap on it for the swing, and that might have been costly because now the bomb's not down. And Stown is stuck in the back of sight. A 1v3 called upon first is his.
Time.
Can't quite hit the jump. And yeah, time, the big issue. A tap on the bomb. A swing comes out. Needed to hit the quick scope. Can't connect. Nexa will. And BC.Game take Mirage.
Yeah, really impressive from BC.Game. I really liked Astralis' T side and what they were trying to do on it, but the reactions out of BC.Game were brilliant. That one round in which they double pushed ramp, they then smoked off short, that completely ruined things, because if Cadian was able, and now moving into this, like there's a high chance there could be a massive upset, but an incredibly legitimate result.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a reminder as to what's at stake here, winner of this series qualifies directly to IEM Dallas. So a lot on the line in this, because if you go down to that lower bracket, suddenly it gets a whole lot harder. BC.Game 1 map away from Dallas. 2 sets of dual Berettas for them. And a heavy lean on age. They want to fight out into second mid. Well, I think they get the information. There's 3 Ts lying in wait. So it's a little slower. Cypher and Nork start to crawl forward. Yabi is holding for this. And with him and Stair combine for that first kill, Nork can't get the trade, has to retreat.
They're trying to set up the dual Berettas. So Nork runs away. J-Chem still baited in. A silent boost in towards the apartments. Can be very promising. Prime Taps is holding. There's still 2 players with dual Berettas in boiler. J-Chem's moved back just a little bit. Prime Tap slightly exposed. Cadian swings and deletes. J-Chem will not be overwhelmed by him, but needs to get out of dodge. There's so many trades that have fallen in favor to Astralis.
Yeah, such a slow-paced pistol round just based on all the information of the apartments. This has just been a battle for rooms. How many hallways can you control? Astralis decide with the space towards top B obtained by Stow that this is the play they want to make. Jacob's taking fights down. Look at the damage he's inflicted with these dual Berettas at range. And in fact, he's found the kill under Stair. That's the bomb dropped. Nexus tucked it back side. In fact, spots out a player. Jacob falls. And now this fight from Nexa is everything. Gets one. And Nork swings out top middle. Yabi has to clutch. And look at the time. 15 seconds left. His only option is towards A. And you can see Nork realizes he just needs to tuck. Needs to deny this bomb. Yabi, can he clear this in time? Surely not. Oh, he hits the shot. And just about. Is it going to be? No. Half a second off the mark. Yabi gets the bomb down. But the round is BC Games.
I can't believe J-Chem swings and the player he kills is the guy with the bomb. And then Nork just swings on an unfavourable time into Astralis and takes another head. And just him living that extra half a second means that Astralis cannot close. You spoke about it 30 seconds prior. It's a really slow round. And it's one that BC.Game get a lot of leverage out of. The fight on B as well, Nexa grabs it, is everything because it forces that decision to go in towards that A bomb site. You pray they rotated, they didn't. And BC.Game taking this pistol is a massive step in the right direction. Astralis force buy. They did find success executing onto a site with the Tech 9s before, and they're looking to do the same here again into B, but there's 3 players lying in wait for Astralis on the other side.
I think the most impressive part of all of that was how little utility affected Astralis in Banana at the start. 2 mollies, 2 HEs, and 16 damage, all to show. I get 3 HEs. Astralis fake out with just that smoke, hoping that keeps BC.Game rooted. See, they've got a player lurking in towards the apartments. BC.Game aren't giving them anything, and Astralis, with a lack of upper bracket control, have decided they're going to commit towards B. 3 players in the site. The perfect setup for BC.Game. Smokes will come over. Contact comes from Yavi, but it's all the fake, right? He was the player that lived. He's not the fight here. The fight is on to B. Stair trying to scale through. And forward they go. Katie and Cypher drawing first blood each. Time still an issue. They have to remove these players. One more taken down. But he's still got Nork tucked in towards quad. And he's still being a nuisance. Swinging out, looking for the second. Can't connect it, but Jacob arrives. The smoke has faded. And the bomb to be planted just about. Gotta be careful here. It's gonna be the MP9 trying to get up close, and now it's just this last player, Yabi, with a USP, all he has, and nothing he can do with it.
Really good rotates from BC.Game, and again, it's that extra player of Nork just staying alive. Just staying alive for an extra half a second, and it means the trade is so immediate. That's been the most impressive thing about BC.Game. And yes, Astralis, they run up Banana, then they run away, so it makes it feel like they're going to walk their way in towards A. You've got that lurk out of Yabi in towards Apps, sure, but it hasn't done enough. You've not put enough pressure anywhere, and how can you? With limited weaponry, limited utility, BC.Game, all they need to do is remain vigilant. It could have got a little bit touch and go, especially when Astralis just walk in towards CT through their own smoke. But they were trying to catch off Cypher, and whilst they did find him, Cypher made the decision to push through the ruin smoke to be with his team, and actually came back to bite Astralis because they couldn't trade quickly.
Still the force bite. I really want to break this economy. It's time towards 8. And again, 3 players lie in wait. Oh, this HE could be beautiful. Check that out. That's
Wow.
over 100 damage of 1 HE.
And that's on the AK players, so now they've got to juggle their weapons about. They're moving forward. Nork wants to take this contact. Just ahead, they're going to be caught off guard. Nork swings for the fences. Only finds one. And Stare, who was a recipient of that damage to the HE, finds 2 quick kills. J-Chem slides in front of Sight. Now needs to live once more and can do it. Delivers 2 quick kills. But in the meantime, all his players have been removed with this long push. Astralis finally weathered the storm.
Yeah, I think the critical part of that, obviously, Stare gets the double, but Device slinking through the long smoke, walks through arches, and actually catches 2 players in CT spawn. We saw the last one there on the rotator, but it was that first kill he catches off that leaves Jacob completely alone on the site. You can see he is worried about every single angle. Does a lot to get to there, but PrimeTap's getting none off the trade from Nork. That's costly. Astralis, despite getting bombarded, it's a round, and it's a fast play down middle. 1-for-1 trade. That's all the space on B. Jacob swings out, and 2 players meet him.
Oh, good damage. Any follow-up? This could be so tough to try and remove North out of library. Wallbang nearly connects on Yabby, but not quite. You still got Device holding for this push out of Nexa. If Nexa grabs this kill, that's an AK. But it's not going to be the case. He lives on 1 HP. And now North can't really do anything. That round looks scary. 31 HP on 2 players, but Astralis walk away, tying up the scoreline.
Nork might not even be allowed to save the scout either. Gideon decides not to hunt any further, but yes, the breakthrough for Astralis. Back-to-back forces, they found success. Put BC.Game on the back foot, and now they're the ones that have control of the game. Just be this saved scout into the next. Chance for Astralis to start to establish this T side.
Even damage it is good here for BC.Game. You see a couple of players. Oh, it's just Cypher actually just getting the P250. So if Nork hits some tags, that's where this can get a little bit dicey for Astralis. It shouldn't, but it could. That's the win condition. The X factor is right here in Nork's hands. Cypher dink no kill on KD, and Nexa now just lying in wait, needs help. And help is on the way. In fact, everyone is rotating over. It feels like they will be here in time. And that molly is so good because it just pushes Nexus forward straight into Snow.
Yeah, you know, if that first kill had come through from Cypher, then maybe there was a chance for this round to get interesting, but it's not at this point. He plays low. Maybe they can find a couple of kills. That's what Nork's looking to do.
Oh.
Not quite.
Ooh.
Awkward flick down. Device moves forward with the Mac-10, looking to get some money and gets a little bit more than what he wanted. Bullet to the face. Not a good deal. Another player slowly shift walking through CT spawn, so nowhere for these final two CTs to go. Not that there's anything here worth saving, save the armor, which is removed. Goodbye, Jacob.
Terrorists win.
Is that 3 in a row now for Astralis? Bomb plants in every single one of these rounds as well. Keeping them flush with cash now. Off the back of so many players staying alive. The only thing you lost was a Mac-10, which is definitely not the end of the world. Cypher remains on an MP9 to accommodate all of the utility. And with 3 players leading B, it's going to be a fast take of banana for the CTs. Oh no, it's just a util drop off for J-Chem.
Yeah, BC.Game a lot more reserved in this round. Fighting forward. Just looking down their respective bomb sites.
This is very passive. This is sort of giving Astralis all the map control and then saying, okay, if you want to beat us this time, you've got to get through all of our crossfires. It's going to make rotations a bit tricky. So you're putting a lot of emphasis on this mini pit setup, holding and the B defense locking down without casualty.
Can it hold? Recently timed smoke will keep Yabi at bay for now. Pack is towards top middle. Smoke to disrupt Jacob. They get ready to pounce out the apartments. A good setup though with Nork in mini and Prime Taps in the open. Prime Taps might be in trouble with the flashbangs, but Nork in a good position to trade. Molotovs will be ineffectual. Here comes the utility. Prime Taps trying to dodge. In fact, finds that first kill information. But it won't matter because the CTs are the ones fighting the kills. Nork not even needed yet. The Star knows he's there, but it doesn't matter. Nork, like a jack in the box, pops up and gets 2.
Yeah, I mean, that was always the design of the round for BC.Game. J-Chem playing in towards Moto. The only way that round unravels is if the communication gets a little bit frantic, and Astralis are feigning with that smoke at long that they're going to wrap and go B. So you immediately see the defense shift for BC.Game over at B. One player just turns around and looks at CT. That's all you need. So J-Chem can be on a pivot point, so he can take the contact with the apartments players, and he can also deal with the player that actually did eventually creep through long. Setup was always the original intent, and it passes with flying colours. That's a bit more progressive for BC.Game. Double apartment setup. J-Chem's a bit more forward on long as well. About to be smoked off. So top bracket's established. When do the apartments players move to look for space?
Flash comes through, and that will see them change the setup. That's got the AWP as well. Holding to see if any aggression does come, but at the moment, might be Jacob that's under pressure. Oh, flashbang reveals him, and he realizes I have to swing, and yeah, they hear the same cue. Every crosshair trained on his position. Swing through from Nork. Good first kill. Sees Device falling back. And it's this A bomb site that's getting split upon. Prime Taps holding on. Removes Stare. And they're dealing well with both of these avenues of assault. Cadian stuck out long all by himself. And now the rotations are on their way from B. Device trying to alleviate some pressure. Give Cadian the space to move into this bomb site. And he finds Nork, which gives that avenue. All Device from the apartments, and in fact, Device strikes again. This round looked unwinnable from Astralis until Device came through with 3. And it leaves it on Cypher. Was he spotted on this crawl forward? Doesn't seem it from Device's position, but now Cadian does see him. Device repositions and finds his 4th. That round is all dab.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous round of Counter-Strike, actually, because the way the BC.Game played that was superb. The coordination between Prime Taps and Nork, going 1-for-1, but also establishing a crossfire to the point where they still can help each other. And they didn't need any help. They were getting all the kills. Nork got 2 at short. Prime Taps dealt with a player out long. But it's just Device. He's just able to find this pocket of space, get these crucial kills, go on his own timing. And BC.Game, they flounder around the bomb site in the chaos that they themselves first made. That's a brutal one to be losing. Nork's now got an AWP, and he's found Stown through the wall.
Yeah, that's brutal. And all the hard work he did in the previous round couldn't be for naught. Astralis do look like they want to commit over to B. Cypher with the 5-7 removed immediately. A leg on the stair. Or maybe that was the headshot. He's down low regardless. Nork catches the HE 1-for-1 as he will fall. Nexa not there to support. Was present in the site but doesn't want to get involved. And so now he's just part of the retake effort, and Cadian finds that one all too easy.
Can't go for this. That did have promise. It just... There were 3 players there, and Nexa just didn't come through and support. And obviously, it's difficult for him to go through that smoke at that moment. But in actual fact, not that he knows it, but if he went through, he would have denied the bomb, would have got away unscathed. Can Prime Tats hold on to the FAMAS? Yes, better yet, he might be able to find an AK. It's a consolation prize for BC.Game. It's a shame, because if the roles are switched, if it was Nexa with the MP9 up top and it wasn't Cypher with the 5-7, you feel like that kill's locked in, and then suddenly that takes the pressure away from Nork. But the reality is that Astralis are able to bounce back. A ridiculous round out of Device, then followed in by a relatively simple B crunch. It's now going to force this eco out of BC.Game, and for the first time in this series, it finally feels like Astralis are in control.
Yeah, it's real shame because BC.Game had the perfect setup there. The 5-7, not quite the weapon for the job. So now it's going to be a stack on the A-bomb site. Which could, given Astralis have been very straightforward, there's not been any kind of late rotations between the sites they're going for. It's just like, okay, we're going to go A this round, we're going to go B this round. This chances could work out. Gabby removed. That's a gun for Nork. Needs to find it. Prime Taps has found 2. Cadian's still staying here. They're waiting for this lurk to come through long. Drops the smoke. They can disconnect. And in fact, with Stown in towards CT, they see this as the moment to go towards B. But a swing out from top mid. This could drop the bomb. And they do. Jacob's the one that does it with the 5-7. In fact, not even the AK. So that slows down the affairs. And in fact, might just entice them to come back to this site. Nork needed that kill. Low HP on Stown. Device, can he get past Jacob? No. So it might not matter that Nork wasn't able to find Stown. Because now he's known, and he's known to be low. Cypher moves over to join up with Jacob. And Jacob has the angle. Has the read. A bullet will do it. And he gets it. Jacob with 3. And that's Prime Taps getting those first couple of kills with the AK. A commitment from Astralis into A does not work out.
And it's also just the decision to push top middle. You get no further contact after it looks like all the utility's been dropped, and you start to think, hey, maybe I can catch the bomb. And also you hear the Apps player drop the smoke, which means if we push now, we can clear boiler quickly, no one there, let's look at top middle. Let's deny the bomb. And Cadian does get a couple of kills, but he can't get by the quantity of players that were in that stack for BC.Game. That's a tough one to lose if you're Astralis. You can now call it 1-1 in sort of the rounds that you feel like should have been earned by the other team. Especially after you've got Nork that was in pit, should be dealing with Stown, doesn't. Device is still alive, had the right read that J-Chem would be there, but can't go at it with the AWP. I was actually more worried about the CT side coming into this for BC.Game, but considering they've now relegated Astralis to Deagles and can tie up the scoreline at 5-5, they're putting themselves in the best possible situation to qualify for Dallas.
Yeah, worst situation for Astralis after they felt like that one was the freebie. That was a saved rifle. Next has been bored. This has been very A heavy. And when they went B, it was when they were on the bad force buy.
I think that's the first instance we've seen BC.Game actually go down banana when they've had guns. And it's to the half wall. You expect that to change moving forward for the rest of this first half. Boost up on the Deagle. Go on, guys, make up your mind. Who's going up there? Yeah, we stand with the Deag. But it's just Cypher with the resmoke. They are giving them nothing. They understand how important these rounds are to win, to convert, if you're BC.Game. And as soon as I say that, Cypher peeks and Stown kills him.
He did give him something. But next up, quick to come through and plug the gap. That's the bomb spotted on the cross. And he waits. The patience is perfect. Jacob, we'll see that last player crossing. And now you know Stown is alone on the bomb site. Even a flashbang just to make sure no further casualties.
That's fine, man. You lose one, whatever. It doesn't matter. They didn't get the bomb down as well in that round, which more importantly means Device can't buy an AWP. Stairs on a Tech 9, for goodness sake.
I mean, one of the rounds Astralis got was just Device going sicko mode with the AWP.
That's true.
In what, a 2v4?
Yeah.
Push out middle. Hardhouse wants to get aggressive and, in fact, falls after one. So that's given a rifle over. Well, I suppose Stair picks that one up off Cadian. Jacob, you're being held for if you extend too far. Although, timing actually is not too bad. Gabby's just walking through. He's walked through the smoke into the back lines and almost actually caught by Jacob.
You know he's the lurk, though. You know Yabby's the lurk on this team. So for now, it's okay. You can still keep two players employed over at the B-bomb site. And notice how they haven't immediately adjusted. They've not gone in towards A. It's all very quiet. This should be telegraphed to BC.Game that this will still end B.
Next are in Cypher. Not had too many opportunities to hold down this bomb site with all the weaponry they need. With them against the world, Nork can rotate, but by the time he arrives, this site will be compromised. Good molly. Slows them down somewhat. You feel like Nork just has to start coming over now. You have to make the gamble call. Some indecision, and now they start to burst through. Nexa, not able to get one. Cypher will get the trade through the smoke. And remember, Yabby is low. Bomb to be planted. Cypher flashed through. Can't deny the bomb. If he had, that could have been something. HE. Oh no, it was the smoke. If that had been the HE, it would have been a kill. Nork still has a chance in this 1v2. That smoke makes it seem like that's where he's coming from. But now the scope up reveals his position. Still hits the shot and Yabby's low. Nork just needs one. But Yabby up close. Not anticipated.
NT. NT, but a good decision from Astralis there, just to go back into the control that they've got, because yes, they had apartments, but they got it through walking a smoke. You don't actually know what the setup is like on A, whereas because you've got all this top banana control, you can just use all your utility and you can go into the play. You don't hear the fire off at B either, not fighting for the control. BC.Game, as stated previously, haven't been doing that, have not been fighting for this banana control, so it makes it all too easy. Sort of MB. The fact that Nexa doesn't get one there is a little bit sickening, considering he was the one that was set up to do it. Cadian now driving forward with the MAC-10. A jump shot onto Cypher, does no damage, but just lets him know. that he is there. Nork has now sounded off his AWP at A. If anything, this is just going to force Astralis further into B.
Yeah, I feel like they've identified B as definitely the site that they're able to find the most purchase in, especially with Nork on the AWP over towards A. Jacob starts to rotate. So they will have 3 players defending over on B. Device to run all the way back to spawn just to find a HE.
Right.
Got to utilize every piece of utility, and you know what? It will come in handy if the smoke lands, because they don't have one.
Nexa needs to resmoke now. There we go.
Well, now we get to see that HE in action. As you imagine, it'll go to blow that smoke. 3 players lying in wait. Smoke breaks. Device catches Jacob trying to skirt back through, and now they can just mow their way in. This time Nexa good for 1, but that's it. Stare has found 2. Bomb goes down, and it's got to be a retake with the AWP, no less. Prime taps in Nork. A double up in towards Dark. Device with the AWP in towards Top Banana, so you can come over and watch the cross if needed. And there's just no way to clear this out. No utility. Might be a kit on site they can collect, but even that feels like it's not going to be enough. Stare looking to take this first contact. Will swing out, in fact, and even just finds the kill. Might not even need the bait, as Cadian will swing. And it's a 7-5 half for Astralis.
Another 7-5 half, but this time it's in favour of Astralis here, as they now moved into their CT side. But Lucy, it was that CT side Mirage that did sort of hinder them. Inferno, yes, it's a different map. So I hope for their sake that they're able to come back in, because otherwise, BC.Game are going to Dallas.
Poke out through the apartments. Device. Oh! Holding down with that P2K. Cops a gush from the Gluck. Now BC.Game start to move towards B. There will be reinforcements. Down arrives close by. He's got flashbangs. Ready to set up his teammates on site. So this is kind of what Astralis wanted. They were hoping this would be the hit. How good can these flashbangs be? Will they be necessary? Cadian gets that first kill. Now the flashes come over. And then managed to be mostly avoided. And now the hits come through. Prime Taps and Nork get both kills on site. No further frags found from the CTs. Bomb to be planted. Stair will catch Prime Taps through the smoke. Devices push up Banana. Spotted out. He's low. Nexa takes one. And Jacob looking to remove Device will do so. Pistol for BC.Game.
I cannot believe those flashbangs didn't net in any kills whatsoever. I mean, BC.Game are really smart because they tuck in towards second oranges, they tuck their head down in towards pools, so when Astralis swing they don't see anything, but there was more than 2 players there. So I'm really surprised that they didn't find anyone at all. They were really relying so heavily on those flashbangs, and then they get surprised when the players pop their heads up. A great turn of events and fortune for BC.Game. And as typical, when BC.Game win a pistol, Astralis force. This happened now 3 times out of 4. Some pretty good conversions actually for BC.Game here in this series. They get by the MP9s and the Deagles. They'll take the lead in the series.
Astralis level 4 spike. BC.Game able to bait out the smoke. They'll move back. Astralis want them to come to this B-bomb site. And they might just get what they wish.
God, another smoke thrown in, but that was from an A player.
I think both of them were for A players. I think Cadian is just replenishing this smoke from long. Oh, next up. One in dark, and okay. Yabby gives up that frag. And now with the space that Prime Taps is looking to take over towards long, there might be an opportunity to just launch into A.
Cadian's Molly could do a lot here. And Stown will deal with Prime Taps. That was the player out long. He actually walked over towards Short. Through the smokes they go. Stown finds another. And they're just going to ignore him for now. Nexa will be on cleanup duty. Bomb gets planted. There's a lot of damage on Nexa. Astralis can go for this if they want to. But it looks like Stown's out of there.
Stown's Deagles.
Or Stare, rather.
Stown's Deagle has been insane this series. But not quite enough, unfortunately.
Get Device's name on his gun.
Oh no, it's too dark. Can you... What did it say?
It's in all caps, eat yo, and then asterisk, 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 veggies.
For real. Vegetables are good for you, kids. Especially
I'm
Brussels
learning about the
sprouts.
hard way at the moment.
Yeah.
Trying to be healthier this year. You know, obviously, that means eating more conscientiously.
Is it
That
tough
means
seeing
actually
the
eating vegetables?
the colours on your
colour.
plate? Yeah. It's not too shocking.
It's actually like a tough one because obviously I know I have to eat it, but it's just some stuff that I eat. It just tastes so garbage compared to actual garbage that I normally eat. So I'm having a tough time with that.
You can make it taste better. I think that's
I can't
the-
cook, unfortunately.
Yeah. Will be a detriment. throw some veggies. Some herbs on there. A bit of thyme, bit of rosemary. Bit of salt.
That's
That's a
sickening.
yum kill. Guess where Jacob's going to be a menace, right? We saw it on Mirage, and we're going to see it here. He just wants to go for these fights, and he's really feeling it at the moment.
Oh. It's all good. That's another round. Easy done, dusted. If your device, you're saving your Kevlar, probably. I doubt you're going for this. You can put Yabby and Stown in for a bit of a hunt. That D will not find in the same purchase as it did in the previous currently. So as mentioned, BC.Game will take the lead. They're in control. And it is still that duo of Nork and J-Chem, in essence, just hard carrying their team towards LAN.
Yeah, it really feels like they're putting in a big shift. Device gets some extra money for an AWP. Oh. 30-year-old talent strikes again. That actually sucks for Device, because that's the difference between open armor and util.
Util, yeah. Surely he buys the AWP, though. Yeah, he's been so good on it. It makes sense for him just to get on it anyway. Caden on an MP9 only. Nexa changes his game plan just after a second of lining himself up to throw the CT smoke. But Cypher's ahead of all the utility. There's a pocket of space, and Yabby pays the price.
Yeah, talk about Jacob being an aggro player. Cypher, certainly, that's how he established himself. You really want to be jiggling these players?
No, you don't. That feels really brazen from Cadian.
Well.
And you just did. And you're going to be saving. Prime Taps has found device. That's the AWP dealt with. Good luck trying to recover this. Prime
God.
Taps has found another one.
He hadn't
Oh,
finished
no.
shooting him before he pulled off the angle. It looked like he was just assumed it hit. That was crazy.
He was like, I'm done with you now.
Dude, it seriously looked like he just was already moving off the angle before the target was dead. That was wild.
So a Toy Story meme was like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah.
That's really big, actually. Though Prime Taps getting those 2 kills, denies the AWP, gives the AWP to Nork, and now Cadian buys an AWP
Hero
for
Wolf.
himself. This now feels desperate for Astralis. I'm just going to say it. I don't want to be that guy, but with Cadian buying the AWP
I don't
as
hate
the
it.
hero, I do.
Because Device can buy another one next round anyway. And an AWP on Inferno can win a round. And it can just lock
Let's see
down
if
B.
it can. Yeah, let's see if it can. I like this setup here in apps, where you've got Device and Stare. Just jiggling. Stown's looking to drop his smoke somewhere.
I think I prefer this setup if Yabby left to A and just stacked A. And left
Yeah.
Cadian with the AWP as Sentinel on B.
But this is still fine because BC.Game, like their modus operandi of taking like top brackets has been through apps. So now you double stack apps. They've not gone long once. This would suck if this is the round that they go long. It depends how big Nexus brain is. They're being really diligent here. And they go in long.
God.
Uh-oh.
That brain is large. And the Hero AWP is gone, by the way. So even that part of the strategy has fallen. Yabby picks it up, and it's going to be Yabby v. the world. Oh,
Nice shot.
nice shot, but it's not going to matter because the hit's coming in on towards B. Unless Yabby can get a multi here, and it's just a leg shot. Has he got a chance? Yes. Remove Jacob. And another onto Cypher, removed by Nork. This has now gotten very doable, but Nexa catches out Stown on that fast rotate. So 2-on-2 with the bomb down, no kit.
And Nork's posted on Stare. And he's on an angle where he can grab a shot and then fall back. Nex has also smoked himself off and is moving in towards ruins to be tradable. This smoke is going to block Nork off. Nex is still lying in wait in towards church. Device is just spamming. And, wow. There's now definite opportunities here. No kit is the detriment. So they're holding and securing. I think there's enough time to defuse this now for Astralis. A massive retake from Stare. And Yabi finding 2 kills just enables Astralis to make that hero AWP round work, but not in the way you expect.
Yeah, now they got 2 AWPs. That's crazy. Yabi, what a performance. He hits the leg shot and you think, oh no, he's going to get run down, but he finishes the job and finds another. I think the most shocking thing there is, I mean, Nork was on a perfect angle to deal with Stare, just deleted. Can't find his mark.
Yeah, he got smoked off. So it was by Stare as well. Stare smokes off ruins. Nork pushes through the right-hand side of the smoke, and Stare's just on the angle ready.
And then Nex not in a position to really support. Plays it super passive. Here's Device, right, running through towards CT and decides not to play. Wants to tuck back. Into a very difficult position. He loses his teammate. Still in the lead. Astralis given a bit of a lifeline in what would have been double digits. Oh, Cadian. Not quite the shot, but at least Device hits his.
He's not an AWPer anymore, to be fair to him. But it feels like that one should have been his all day long. And this is interesting. You position yourself over at apps, and now you rotate away. Down drops off util for Yabi.
Got 2 AWPers defending A.
And none of them are going to get contact because it's going to be a B pop. You need to be ready for this boost.
Yeah, no one's actually on the site itself. Yabi will slowly walk around, they clear it. The contact play works perfect, but Yabi can still be the thorn in the side. Was brilliant on the defense last time around. Smoke comes forward, he swings, doing damage, can't connect. Cypher flying around, hits the headshot through the smoke. Outrageous. And already with 2 AWPs, Astralis, they cannot retake.
I mean, the call from Nexa to contact walk on potentially 2 snipers. You know there's 2 snipers as well because you heard Cadian and Banana, and then Device got that kill instantaneously in short. So rather than smoking CT, which is probably what 9.9 times out of 10 anyone would do in that situation, they contact push and instead they catch the player that is playing anti-flash on the boost. Amazing. So amazing. From BC.Game, it's a risk, but it's calculated and it pays off. 4 players stay alive. They hit double digits. They are 3 rounds away from winning the series.
At the very least, for Astralis, they get those 3 players alive. They have those AWPs still in play. Everyone delivering on this T side for BC.Game right now. Play lean early for Astralis to beat. See if there was any initial fast play, but when there isn't, they quickly rotate players to A, and in fact, it's a lot of players.
Well, this is the Cadian way of calling, and to be honest with you, this is why I think it doesn't really work in CS2. These slower style of rounds. They're not what they used to be in Go. It's a completely different game, and Cadian Bull is still not proven in CS2. They need to get info, Astralis. They need to start fighting in towards top brackets. They need to look in towards apartments. They need anything. BC.Game love B. Every time they've gone into B, they have not been shut down. Why on earth would they change the script now?
Yeah, it's not called AC game. Astralis will get the memo and move players over. Not seeing any contact at all on A early.
They're going back.
Oh, Nexa is moving in to Cadian's head rent-free. The
They drop
device
smokes
still
as
here.
well.
Device can still be the difference maker. In the perfect position, Cypher lost on that lurk. Device falls back. Prime taps, looking to try and trade something out. Nexter is selling this fake so well. Removed, but Stare holds from Pit, and Device still alive on site. There's no time. Nork and Jacob have to try and save, and they should be allowed to.
Yeah, it feels like they waited too long for that commitment on B to ensure that the players were definitely rooted on that site, and then they didn't really have too much progression. Prime Tats had no idea about the Pit play. Its Device inadvertently baiting Stare in Pit. It was well handled from the Astralis contingent on A, but it is BC.Game trying to get a little bit tricky with it. And that's ultimately costing them. They've got another buy. The double AWPs are still in play here for Astralis. And Cypher again looking to test and go fast. Round the corner, flashbang exceptional, and Cypher's spray nearly nets 2.
Yeah, really clean kill onto Yabi. Stown brought low, or passed over to him. A third player who's more than capable on the sniper. Flashed off the line, and on the jump, he gives up his life. Device finds Prime Tap. Cadian is the only defender over here. Knows he needs to hold on, and he's able to do it for one. So at least it's kept even. Bomb to go down. Jacob has good utility to continue blocking space here. Nice little blow on it. They want to fight forward. Can't quite find the line, though. And a re-smoke lands over towards the coffin, so it has to be through the CT smoke. Good Molotov. Forces them out for a moment. A double up in towards Dark. Kid in play on Stare, and Device might even be able to pick up a second, and he does. Stare edges forward. This double up. Oh. Heard. Nork has a chance now against Device, who's swinging with the pistol, and it's Device this time that will prevail. And at the very last second, another successful retake. We are tied up.
Yeah, good retake. And to be honest, good from Cadian to stay alive and actually grab one kill, because it does make that retake feasible. BC.Game, they walk straight into the utility. They get a little bit flustered. The double dark setup, it feels okay, but the way that Stare peeks it is just pixel perfect. Right eye peek compared to left. He sees BC.Game first in that angle. And it's a necessary pistol kill for Device, but it's another round in which it really hangs and teeters on the balance, but it's the A defenders that are doing most of the work, whether it is on A, whether it's on B. And the BC.Game, they've got one more buy left in them, but if they lose this, they're going to be left with nothing. And Astralis will only be a single round away from tying up the series. Nexa will trade. Spam goes on towards Stown. In fact, a double up of players laying down lead, but he gets out scot-free, and the nade is a parting gift onto Jacob.
Next managed to walk up pretty decently far on contact. Has a chance to catch off Cadian. Oh! He will, in fact, get that kill, and fully blinded. Pre-fires. Here's the flash come over and removes the player. Catches that timing, just the shift walk up, and both those moments look like he was going to get caught out. Wins unlikely duels and sets BC.Game up for their 11th.
Yeah, speaking about the money for BC.Game, but you can't go for it if you're Astralis now, because again, they're the ones that are suffering financially. Yeah, you got good money on your AWPers because they're the ones that keep staying alive. They're the ones where their primary weapon is consistently being picked up throughout all of this second half. This BC.Game on B. I watched a game last week just on a stream, just tracking the progression of BC.Game with their new roster. It was against 500, it was on Inferno, and it was these war of attrition, these hard fought-out rounds, but they ended the game 13-11 in victory, and it came from these T-side hits consistently on B. This is the first round that we see Astralis trying to take space as well, dynamically in towards Banana. They even go 2 for 1. And yet it's Nexa, the in-game leader, setting an example to the T side. This is how you take B. The fact that he just pre-fires after seeing the trajectory of the flash is everything. A reminder, if you're just joining us as well, Astralis need to win this map, otherwise they get put in the lower bracket.
Good HE. BC.Game bursts through a follow-up nade, brings Cypher down incredibly low. Astralis get away unscathed. Flashbang. Ooh, fully blind. Again, Nexa catching perfect timings. Down will get that trade, but it's onto the low HP Cypher. Won't sting so much. 4 on 4. Stair looks to get info in the apartments. They know it does look to be towards B. At least at this moment.
So where's the rotate? If you've got all this info, you need another rotate. Yabby has been occupying this top orange, first orange position so consistently. Ahead of the smoke. Goes down as well. They will be committed into this. Pretty fire. Actually, you feel like should go the other way. Stown should be getting the kill, not Yabby. But it's Prime Taps that claims both. And now you're in a 2 versus 3. If you grab this nade kill, maybe that changes the course. The wall bang through, doesn't net anything. And again for Device, he comes up empty-handed. Has been iced out of these rounds so consistently. And it's BC.Game on series and IEM Dallas point.
Yeah, just avoiding Device. Like, that's been the modus operandi. Just go towards B, punish Yabby and Cadian. It was the same thing Astralis was doing to BC.Game with Cypher and Nexa, but in the inverse. And it's Nexa that's actually doing a lot of the heavy lifting on this T side. Prime Taps gets a clean double there as well. Again, it feels like some of these fights are so unlikely for the T's to win, and they're still edging through. The smallest of margins getting BC.Game both of these back-to-back rounds. And 2 chances now for them to lock in a spot at IEM Dallas.
And now it's all mind games as well, because how many times have they gone B? Like every round this half, basically. And every round it's been working. So what do you do if you're Cadian? What's the call here? You've got 30 seconds to figure it out. Are they going to go A on us? Are they going to call our bluff? Or are they going to keep going B? If I'm BC.Game, you just keep going B. It's been working this entire time. Astralis have not been able to shut you down. And when they have been shutting you down, it's come at the cost of the retake. It's come at the cost of Device and Stair doing the damage. Feels like Yabby and Cadian have been passengers in this ride on Inferno. What is the call at Anexa? What is potentially the defining moment to get this team to land? And it all starts with Banana control again. This time it's Naught going aggressive on towards the angle in top Banana. Device is here.
Yabby wants to fight forward. Naught on the line, flashbang, perfection. Yabby gets 2. Naught wanted to edge around that corner and find a 5, but the timing could not have been worse. And Device still lies in wait. Can he stand up? The others have fallen. Flashbang forces him off.
Oh, that smoke's weird.
Yeah, got a bit of a gap on the side. Device, oh, he walks past it. That could have been to his undoing, but instead it's Cadian. They will find the frag, spammed out. Are you expecting Device in the back of sight?
No. No, you're not. Nexa removed. And now J-Chem, the comm, is it? He's low. Device goes with the pistol. J-Chem should be removed momentarily, and he is. That was the answer. Get Device over here. Keep 3 players B consistently, but you've done it once, you got to do it again. This buy isn't going to be amazing here out of BC.Game, despite all the rounds they've been winning.
Device grabs the AK at the end as well, just to make sure there's as many of those T-rifles in play for them. But yeah, going to be running 2 MAC-10s here. What's the call? B and B again. In fact, not even MAC-10, it's a Tech 9. Up through middle. Hey, geez. The Astralis' util damage has been unrelenting. But if they go to A, if they wrap onto A, there's only 2 defenders here right now. Flames drops. Prime Tap swings around, down, sprays them down. Removed after 1 or 2, but Stair able to step in. And in the pit, he still lies in wait. No smoke on Moto. Nexa slides forward. They can eliminate Stair. Maybe there's a way in. Stair's aware of the potential of this walk, but Nork will catch him. Bomb goes down, but still not a favorable position for these Ts. Astralis with the player advantage. And there's no smoke down on Moto. They can just stroll in. Flames land inside the Nexa. He swings out, can't find the shot. It's got to be Knock or it's OT. First kill's his. That smoke actually gives him some space to work with. A reposition forward. Is he going to walk through this? Surely Cadian will catch him, and he will. So we go to OT.
Yeah, you feel like that's deserved, especially after the way that Astralis have been playing that, especially because finally you test this A defense down, comes up trumps, on long with an important double. Instead, just living in the pit, yeah, he gets 1 kill, and then he gets blindsided, but he drops the smoke, he stays alive for an extra 5-10 seconds, and that's enough for his team to rotate in. Staying alive, it is the best remedy for that potential long split out of BC game. And Astralis are now trying to breathe new life into this CT half. They've done the hard bit. They've made it to overtime. Now they just need to close.
You step on the half wall. Was that spotted?
No.
Cadian straight to the side. If one of those days had hit him, he would have got wrecked.
Boosts everywhere, look at this. Never ready for that if you're J-Chem. Device on the angle along, just in case they push from top brackets. But BC.Game, we know what they like to do. They're going to go B once more.
Well, Molly missed. Smoke will land. Cypher pokes and prods. It's not a full committal at the moment. They've still got players present. Over towards A. Rotation moves from Device, so he will be over on B.
Oh, this feels like if BC.Game just take a chance and then maybe go for like a long push. If you catch off these players. Now you know the AWP's here, so maybe long is the open avenue. Can BC.Game find it?
More time smoking towards the apartments. No one's on the other side, but it means they can focus their attention elsewhere. Time ticks, bomb collected. This will be an A finish.
You know it's a fake now. They've taken too long and they've not committed behind the B
it's going to be a B
utility.
finish.
Wow, okay.
20 seconds left. It feels like they've left this way too long. At least Device will feel more obligated to go towards A because that's where they've got the lack of info. Spotted a player on the fountain. Cypher can't remove him, and Yabi in the backside finding success. Cadian just holding on, and time. That was what he was able to buy just by staying alive. So first for Astralis and OT.
I can tell you exactly what happened there, and that's what they wanted to do, and what they should have done is push long. As soon as they hear the AWP sound out on Banana, and they get the info and they don't die, you push long. And then you can have a lurk there. You can drop some utility that you can force Astralis to rotate a bit more. By leaving it way too late, you got 20 seconds. I think it was actually like 17 seconds when they first go around the corner and have those fights with the players on site. Too many angles to clear. Too little time to do it with. Doesn't work. But those nades will ice out Yabi. And Yabi's been coming to life a little bit at the backstage of this second half. So an important kill to find. Cadian also dinked as he's trying to just brand his utility. Trades are efficient for BC.Game and Astralis, but it's the T side that have one more in their favor. Instead, doesn't dare spam. Instead, he smokes off the molly. And Device is worlds away.
Dare spotted too. Device has to make his way up the banana. The AWP is a difficult spot to retake from. Smoke tripled forward to give some room to work with. Stare dropping all the utilities he's found on the floor. To be disruptive, and that's a great blow on it. Gives the room for Device to find that kill, so a chance in there still. Good crossfire set up. And Prime Tabs to spot the first. Has to be Device. Good kill over the top, but there's Nork sliding around the corner. The BC.Game will tie up 13-13.
That's a fun util set to put forward by Stare. He's trying to keep all the attention. You're looking at CT, you're not looking at Device. He's the one that gets the 2 kills, but it's the reposition from the players on site to play around that smoke. Deal with Stare, who jumps up, and then Device jumps up in the same vein. An easy collection in the end, and it is BC.Game once more that are still ending B, but it's still working. Both teams got 7 rounds on their T side, so you feel like BC.Game need this one. And Nexa nearly burns to a cinder, but he's just about staying alive in Banana.
Yeah, this banana fight has been so costly time and time again. I swear Cypher's got a magnet on his head. Stare peeks out the apartments and removes prime taps. So player advantage, and guess what? Straight into B. Cadian's here with the secondary AWP out in the open, so a flashbang could be his undoing. Smoke lands, and he's ready for that swing out. Even spots the second, looking for the timing shot. Actually doesn't fire off a bullet, and the wide swing comes from Yabi's down tier 2.
Nork.
They've walked
Oh my
through.
God,
Both
they've
of them have
walked by
walked
them.
through. But they don't have the bomb, so don't think it's
They
going to
don't-
matter. Next hour is
They've not
3
been
HP.
seen. Okay, Cadian's looking. But he misses. But it doesn't matter because all the rifles will turn back on the dime instantly. Now, you might be ready for 1, but are you ready for 2? Nork trying to line them all up. He knows where 3 of these players are. But getting rid of them is going to be the tricky bit. There goes 2, but Stare steps in. And Astralis will take 2 rounds on their CT side. And the way that the game is going, you feel like that will be enough, potentially, to get them over the line. I have no idea where this is ending up. You feel like 2 should be enough, considering how much they were struggling on that T side to hold B.
Yeah, you think so? We'll see. Economy was a bit of an issue for BC.Game. Astralis. Less interested in B early. After all, it's Astralis, not B-Stralis.
Haha.
And it's BC.Game, not A-C game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, got it.
B and A are the 2 bomb sites in this game.
Please stop. Please stop making it worse. Cypher
Dude,
again.
this
has
guy,
just
he
been
needs to
naded.
just work out where this utility is going, because he has headbutted every HE possible.
He's from the UK. He thinks it's like a bit of footy, you know?
Yeah.
Have it.
Can't knock it back off your head.
Long wrap smokes. There is a player lurking in apps. Smoked off is Yabi. Is he going to push through? Oh, do you dare chance this if you're Yabi? You can do it once your long players are taking contact, potentially. Or the short player. It's Cadian that gets the first kill. This is so messy and weird. Prime Tap's eventually dealt with by Yabi. It's a 3-on-3. J-Chem does deal with Cadian. Down in the corner.
Oh, the bomb!
Does
The
know
bomb's
about
in library.
J-Chem. Oh, no, I didn't even notice that.
That's why they're
Okay,
all
this
stalled.
is...
That's why the
this is
smoke's gone
tough.
down. Good
Great
play.
break on it. Oh,
Cypher.
but he still can't get it.
They can't get it. It's stuck in the library. Oh, okay. Yabi will find it, but now Nexus slides through, and there's no escaping. The bomb goes
How?
into library off the peak. I think they
How
just
was the
wanted to
bomb?
remove the player there. They had the full A bomb site, but they knew there were players in library. They swing to get that extra frag, and the bomb flies forward.
Me and the Observer were so locked in on this Yabi Prime Taps little battle that was actually just completely irrelevant. I don't know how on earth that bomb got in there, but that is a big blunder to be making in overtime when your upper bracket journey is on the line here, Astralis. That feels very silly. And Cypher, who was on 50 HP, clutches up in a big way by getting those 2 kills and denying Astralis from extracting the bomb.
They had the
What on
full
earth?
bomb site. That's crazy. Oh, what a way to lose the round.
You hope that doesn't come back to bite them.
I mean, that was
But
a
it
serious
might.
point.
I can't believe that.
Well, not that was map point for Astralis at the least.
3 players still lying in wait on B, by the way. They're trying to put a lot of pressure in towards brackets, but it's not working. You're right. Nork is here, and he can take a kill and then fall back. Will sound out the AWP. That's information to Astralis.
Yeah, smoke lands, but I don't think it's going to deter them. They still want to commit to this.
Look at this Prime Taps and like Yabby again. But this time it's Yabby that doesn't push through the long smoke. Nork is staying alive. Flashbang's coming over the top. Nork is trying to pick a moment, but it's Nexa through the CT smoke. That is outrageous from Nexa. 4 kills, and suddenly the B attack falls flat on its face. Yabby is behind, will take 1 kill, but Nork locks it in. Oh my god.
What a
And now
moment.
BC.Game are on series point. Dallas point put in by the in-game leader.
Yeah, exactly, right? What a moment for the IGL to step up. We see that play, right? Flashing through that smoke, finding that moment. It always feels like it's a coin flip in what you can get from it. Nork doing his best, Nexa doing his best Nico impression as he swings through. 4 quick kills, all in the different angles. That smoke that was dribbled forward gives all the space for him to work too. What should have been map point for Astralis is instead series point for BC.Game.
They've already had one of these. Will it be the second one? Is that the only one that they need? I cannot believe it. And with no bomb down in either one of these rounds, they've still got the money to have an AWP, to have the AKs. And Prime Tap smokes off Abs. It's Nork that this time eats a HE in top banana. My oh my.
Towards A, go Astralis. For the last round of OT. Not a lot of players on site itself. Nexa doesn't see anything on that smoke blow. He's going to reposition. Players now move into the site. Getting ready for this wrap. Nexa playing around this smoke that was deployed by the T's. In through short. That's where they're going to play. Prime Taps needs to hold on to this side. Jacob finds that first flashbang is so good. Jacob can't get anything more, and Nexa falls. We might just be running it back once more. A successful play onto A leaves Cypher and Nork in the 2v4.
Those flashbangs were so clever. The little bounce just on default, and it just completely... You see how blind Prime Taps was. The second one as well. Even if you dodge the first one, you're not ready for the second that comes exactly in the same trajectory. This will be a retake that obviously you go for, but it's one that feels out of reach. Unless they find kills instantly, unless they're able to break this crossfire, the molly doesn't unsettle Astralis one bit. And Yabby will make sure that we run it back for even more rounds on Inferno.
Party doesn't stop. Nexus Heroics, not quite enough. BC.Game have had 3 series and Dallas points thus far, but each one Astralis has fought back into. T-sides have been the defining sides in OT, just in general, for these two teams. And a brief moment of respite.
We still need to sort of figure out what you can do if you're on the CT side. How do you disrupt this if you're BC.Game? Because they've been very good at denying the initial execute, but that's sort of when you've got to the bomb site. We saw one round in regulation where Prime Taps ran down middle. We haven't seen anything in terms of overall aggression. In fact, from both of these teams, we've not seen even a a decisive banana take. There's been a lot of respect given over because of how good the utility's been for both parties. But I wonder if aggression... The thing is with changing your game style with your BC game, that one moment of aggression, it can be either a really good thing to employ, or if you go for it and it doesn't work, that could be a little bit of a disaster, because then you get in your own heads, like, do you want to change what's been working? Probably not. It's a tough one to call, especially when you go so deep. Especially when you go back to that T side now if you're BC game, because Astralis know you're just going to go B.
Or will they? We'll have to wait to find out. We don't get to see what the cause of the pause was in the chat. Maybe it's a bathroom break. Long match played out. We'll get back. Double OT, 15-15. Best of 19.
This time it's Cadian that receives the brunt of the utility. Cypher dropping another one. It softens up these players. Oh, there's so much util damage this time falling in favour to BC game, and none has gone back the other way on them.
A rarity.
For once, right?
Cypher wore his helmet today. Astralis go back for more utility. So maybe Cypher's not out of the woods yet.
They're setting up that same smoke break play, and in that last round of OT, Astralis did throw the flash in the corner to get the audio, whether Nexa was in there or not. It looks like they're going to ignore B entirely and just go into this long play. You have to clear Nexa.
His long setup's good. Jacob has supporting utility. HE trying to bait out that Nex is not here. And it's perfect. Completely undetected. Finds a second on that long spray. And now Prime Tap's in the perfect position to find one of his own. That's just players attacking you from every direction. That one feels all too easy.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit there to J-Chem for throwing that nade forward. Nexa just tanks the HE damage, doesn't move. And he's set up to get 3 kills. Then Prime Taps just lives. J-Chem then comes over and just immediately does the damage on towards short. It's a good work by BC.Game. Flawless as well. And that time, Nork wanted to get a little bit more aggressive in towards Banana, wanted to take the fight. Instead, gets bruised a little bit by Util. Oh no, don't boost up. Don't boost up, Nork. He's holding for it. He might go back on the angle now, but gets dealt with by Stown.
Yeah, boost would have been deadly, but the follow-up with the... Oh, Cypher. Yeah, the follow-up with the flash was perfection.
Don't overcook this, Astralis. You just got 2 openers. And now you're going back in towards A, and J-Chem potentially can hear you. Or maybe not. Prime Taps has just started to make his move. Being called back in. Need to clear boiler if you're Astralis.
I feel like there's no way this round falls to pieces. I mean, Jacob has a nice position. He finds 1 and 2. Oh no. Oh no! It's fallen apart! There was no way! There was no way! But now it's Device in a 1v2. Jacob gets a triple. Unbelievable that he's allowed to do that. But it's still Device. AK in hand. Smoke off Moto, but that's not where these CTs come. Nexa and Prime Taps walking up short. Device has managed to get back to the pit. Nexa has an incendiary, but keeping hands on the gun. Device has a strong angle. Surely they know he can't be that far away. And oh, the adjustment! On to Prime Tabs as he had what felt like a certain kill. Doesn't matter anyway. For all the heroics, it's Nexus HE that finds the killing blow.
Counter-terrorists win.
I can't believe it. To be honest with you, again, the kills go back the other way because I thought Device was just going to headshot Nexa and then Prime Taps would trade. Instead, the bullets don't connect on Nexa's head and he's able just to adjust onto Prime Taps. That's unfortunate. You feel like, again, Astralis needed that lifeline. They needed that hero to step up, but it's not happening.
What a game Nexus is having, by the way. 30 and 19.
He's been so crucial, especially in overtime and the rounds prior. This would be horrible if Astralis go into this CT half 18-15 down. But that's a great start. J-Chem, hero of the last, brought back down to 0. Flashbangs are brilliant. Cadian will find one, but instead doing all of the damage for Astralis. This will be their one T-sided round.
Yeah, what a ball of time to call the fast play. They do not slow down at all. They're even doing a fun self-flash as he goes around that corner to remove the player on site. And for all the praises we've sung of Nexa, 1v4 feels incredibly unlikely. Especially as the utility continues to fall in his position. They're not making this easy. At least he gets another HE kill, but 2 CT-sided rounds. That feels pretty decent for BC.Game.
Damn. Cypher has nearly 2,000 damage and has got 12 kills. Rough.
That's relatable.
Now it's time for the mind games of Nexa. Will it be the B simulator again, or have they got a trick or two more up their sleeve here, BC.Game? It felt like Astralis were in control for the first half, but since then it's just been them fighting to scramble back into this series. They still don't have the lead. And it's not a double AWP from Device and Cadian, it's just a single one. Even in OT with all the money.
Yeah, risky to bring that out first OT if you lose it, right? Pitch frame. Slower from the T side. HE ineffectual. And Gideon almost caught. Nexa looking for a fight. Putting the pressure on. They've got information on both these B players. That's going to cause some concern. You can see Astralis start to rotate. Down moves over. But this time I think BC.Game, none of this faking nonsense. They're just going to commit to A as 5.
They got to smoke long. They got to get by Device. They got to isolate Stair. Well-timed incendiary is going to force them back, but Prime Taps just removes him from the apartment. Stair now baited in. Will get his 1 kill, but there's a second player lying in wait in Apps, and I don't think Stair's going to be ready for him, but Stair's just taking the fight to BC.Game. An important kill, puts it in a 3-on-3. A spam through the smoke on Cypher.
Cats. Oh!
Ouch. Quickly taken away. You still got this apartment flank. You still got players coming in from short, but Nexa is holding Apps. There is a molly that can disrupt him, but now you know the play is in apartments looking for a pocket of space, but can't find it. 2 players now known and located. No util to disrupt these players on site, so you have to swing, and you have to win out these fights immediately. And Cypher's still low, but he's still finding headshots, trying to take the fight straight to Yabby. This would be an important moment for Kai, and he delivers in a big way. BC.Game will find series point, and they've got a little bit of wiggle room to work with.
Yeah, I feel like Jacob was going to be the one that provided them that round there, but he goes down for free. And Cypher, who'd been brought down to, what, 20 HP at most through that smoke. I swear to God, Cypher, I'd say 80% of his damage is taken without him seeing a player. And yet still able to deliver in that moment the 1v2 to once again find Series and Dallas point, and with 2 chances now, they take the pause. They know this is as close as they can get it. 1 more round.
Oh, the way that Astralis retake that as well, just even in the 2 versus 2, the right eye peek, you step back, that means you can see more of the angle, like it's all perfect to get rid of J-Chem. He doesn't stand a chance against Cadian, and then Cypher just comes out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. What a historic moment this would be if BC.Game are able to close Inferno. 2 chances to stamp their tickets to IEM Dallas, to send Astralis to the lower bracket.
Fight again towards top banana. Cypher trying to duck down. Oh, they don't clear him properly. He almost takes down 1, but Cadian takes down a double. Jacob will remove 1. The flames put out immediately. Yabi's still in here. Are they aware that Yabi is here? Yes. Answered quickly. So a 3-on-3. Cadian's alone in the site. Spray connects onto Jacob. Nork needs to find this trade. Oh, no, Nork is in the smoke. Cadian repositions, and he's unknown. Stair looks to push through, and he'll find that kill. Cadian can swing and confirm it. A great side hold from Cadian.
Yeah, and look, he was in sandbags as well. He was the one that got out. He effectively left Yabi to die. The fact he gets 4 kills, it's reminiscent of Nexa locking down B with a 4K of his own. We might be destined for even more rounds here on Inferno. Can BC.Game close? This would be their 4th series point. Their 4th chance to try and do it, but Astralis are saying no. They're remaining resolute. The nade flies over Cypher this time and lands flush on Nexa. Flashbang affects Cypher, and Yabi punishes.
So many chances BC.Game have had to close this series and close this map out. Each time they get close, Astralis look to deny, and with that kill on Cypher, and all the damage done, it looks good for this to go to potentially a triple OT. Spots out Yabi. There's still 2 players in CT. You really want to commit through this. Next he gets a trade back through the smoke, but still Cadian is here. That's down you've just removed. So you should know 2 more players are present. Smokes have been limiting. Nexa looking to walk through the side. Yabi considering this as a possibility, but they're just waiting to phase the smoke. Yabi able to adjust, but he was the low HP. That's an okay trade. Cadian just holds a Molotov to try and disrupt this bomb going down. Resmoke lands. Some breathing room for BC.Game. Bomb needs to be planted. Here comes the Molotov. Nork will get the bomb down, and it's only a bit of damage. Able to fall back, but still a difficult post-plant for Nork and Prime Taps.
Prime Taps is in such a committed angle as well. But this might be a little bit different for Astralis, because every single time, yeah, you've got a player that's in towards New Box, and Prime Taps, oh my god, he gets 2 kills. They weren't ready for him. In towards a more advanced position, Stair trying to clutch up for Astralis, but maybe not. Nork will swing with Prime Taps, and BC.Game qualify to IEM Dallas.
And in the most outrageous way, that round looked like it had Astralis written all over it. The way that they were able to claw that back, especially after Jacob goes down for free, trying to dry fire onto the site.